country mouse lived in the fields, eating only a simple piece of bread. The country mouse shared his meal, but the town mouse said, "Come taste city luxury." In the city, tables sparkled with cakes, fruits, and cheese. Suddenly, a fierce cat appeared, and both mice ran in fear. Back home, the country mouse said, "Better a simple life in peace than luxury in fear." In a clear river, a little fish swam happily, enjoying the sunlight. She saw a shiny net filled with food. "This looks exciting!" But when she swam inside, the net closed and fear filled her big eyes. With all her strength, she escaped back into the water. From that day on, she learned, don't let greed put you in danger. A little fox noticed something unusual. A tiny bird was stuck, unable to get free. It looked so worried and scared. Without wasting a second, the fox rushed quickly through the forest to help. At last, the fox gently rescued the bird. Later that day, the bird returned with a gift, a sweet fruit, to thank the fox for its kindness, because kindness always comes back to you. One sunny day, a speedy hare bragged, "I'm the fastest in the whole forest." But the wise tortoise smiled and said, "Maybe you're fast, but I never give up." The race began. Everyone was excited to see who would win. The hare dashed forward like the wind, leaving dust and laughter behind. The hare thought, "I'll rest for a moment," and he quickly fell asleep under a shady tree. Step by step, slow but steady, the tortoise kept moving forward. And while the hare was still asleep, the tortoise crossed the finish line first. The animals cheered. The tortoise had proved that slow and steady wins the race. One sunny day, a hungry fox walked through the forest. He spotted a bunch of juicy grapes hanging high above. "Delicious," he thought, and jumped to grab them. But no matter how hard he tried, the grapes were out of reach. Frustrated, the fox lifted his nose and said, "Ha! They must be sour anyway." And so he taught himself a lesson. We often despise what we cannot have. One day, a happy brown dog found a big bone. Proudly, he carried it as he walked toward a river. When he looked into the water, he thought he saw another dog with a bigger bone. Greedy for more, the dog opened his mouth to bark, but the bone slipped and fell into the water. He watched sadly. That day, the dog learned an important lesson. Greed makes you lose what you already have. One day, a mighty lion caught a tiny mouse. The lion laughed, "You're too small to matter." But the mouse begged, "Please, let me go. Maybe one day I can help you." The lion chuckled and set him free. Days later, the lion was trapped in a hunter's net. He roared for help, but no one came until the little mouse arrived. With quick bites, the mouse chewed the ropes and freed the lion. The lion smiled and said, "Even the smallest friend can make a big difference." Once, a little bird lived in the forest, singing happily every day. Suddenly, a strong storm came, and the wind shook the trees. The bird hid between the branches, waiting bravely until the storm passed. Soon, the sun returned and life again. The bird said, "With patience and courage, we can face any storm." By the quiet lake, a gentle tortoise and a playful rabbit sat together. The rabbit laughed. "Life is about running fast and having fun." The tortoise smiled and replied, "True, but sometimes patience shows us things speed cannot. Look at the lake. Only when it is calm can we see its beauty." The rabbit looked at the reflection of the trees and said, "You're right. Rushing makes me miss these wonders." The tortoise said, "My friend, wisdom grows when we listen and share." Like and subscribe for more kids' tales.